Thanks for tuning back in to ProSide Productions professional disc golf channel, covering the 2020 Buckhorn Open, Round 2, Day 1. It's me, Philip Bartholomew, on the mic, with Carlos Zantana.
Hey guys.
This is Round 2. Sean Goo. We like to call him Goober. Raven Newsome. He plays for NC State. I think we may have talked about that in the first round. He's a sharpshooter.
Very charismatic.
Yeah. Taylor Raflowski.
That is a very hard name to pronounce.
I'm good friends with Taylor, so I feel like if he can pronounce my last name, I should be able to pronounce his last name.
Raflowski.
And me, Philip Bartholomew.
Had some pretty good scores for the first round. Sean is in the lead right now with -13. Raven Newsom, -12, tied with Taylor Raflowski at -12. And then Phil is in fourth with -11.
Yep. And we prefaced it in the first round. At the end, I was just trying to catch a couple more birdies, and you see that these guys, they caught the birdies at the end of the round. 13 under, that's a really good score from Sean.
Mm-hmm. Starting out hole 0. Looks like, is it go? Goo.
We're going to get that one.
Yeah, we're going to get that down. Put a little right and just hit a tree and bounce to the left side of the fairway. There is a lot of trees on that side. Either side is pretty bad. You definitely want to stay in the fairway over here.
Yep, this is hole 0, 280 feet. Pretty dead straight, just finishes just barely to the left.
Putter, mid-range.
Looks like Raven's throwing maybe a putter or a mid-range. He's sponsored by MVP Disc Sports.
Looks like he went on the left side, inside.
Oh, wow.
Then,
almost aced it.
Yeah, S-curved it. Just a little bit past the basket, probably about 20 feet. May have a tree or two in the way. Up next is Taylor Raflowski.
Taylor's sponsored by Discmania. Maybe throwing a link or a P2 here. Maybe is it a P3X?
Nah, don't throw Discmania.
I think that's what that's called.
Like tree, push them off to the rough.
Got the blacked out Team Discraft shirt on. Throwing a Jawbreaker Challenger right down the middle.
Yeah, it's pure. Right down the middle. No trees ever in play, and just skips forward. Really easy putt from there.
Yep, glad to correct on the first round.
Good way to start.
This was our last hole we played the first round, and the first hole we played the second round, so definitely glad to make the correction.
Stretching out. Looks like he's going to do an Annie forehand with, I'm guessing, a stable mid-range.
He's probably flicking a rock. Sean, he doesn't flick a lot, but he does flick really well when he has to. He gets out of trouble.
Parked it there. Taylor looks like he's in some trouble. Almost out into the field area.
Yeah, he made it pretty far left.
On the left side of the area fairway, and it looks like he caught this little branch in front of him about 30 feet. Don't know how far that advanced, but he's up again.
Yeah, he's probably still at least 60 or 70 feet away from the basket.
And he forehand around a lot of trouble and hits the pin. Pushes about 10 feet away. Or not too far, maybe 5.
Raven's good for a 2.
Long putt.
And I'm going to try and tap this thing in. So we talked about this earlier, and you can kind of tell right now, my leg is very dirty.
Yeah, we were playing some catch frisbee in the parking lot, warming up for round 2 after a big lunch, or for me at least. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, so I'm not a very good ultimate player. I found out and I chucked one towards a minivan, and Phil tried to save me.
I did save you.
Yeah, from not denting this car and having a Karen come outside and beat my butt. Anyway, he stretched out a little too far, and I thought he ruined his knee trying to grab this disc and saving me.
All right, here we are. Hole number 1. This is from the longs, 336 feet. This one's playing a little harder than the shorts. Just same gap. It's just longer, and
Yeah.
you just want to not catch a early tree.
Seems like mid-range is a pretty good bet from the front hole, but the longs, you want a driver.
Yeah, I'm actually throwing a Comet here. 300, 340 in that range feels pretty comfortable with a mid-range. I had a bit of early release there.
Pin high?
But pin high, that's a good break. Sean's probably throwing a T-Bird or an FD. And he's really good at hitting the fairway. Coming out on him a little early.
Flipped up the flat. He might be a little bit behind you.
Yeah, he looks like he's a little bit left, a little short. Closest to me over there. And Taylor, I think he might be throwing driver here.
Let's get there low. Now off to the side. Everybody's on that left side. He looks pin high as well.
Kind of a common place to be over there. Here's Raven, gonna flick one up here. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Who's caddying? Is that Inchko?
Yeah. Mike Inchko was caddying for Raven. They're both sponsored by MVP, so that was kind of cool. Sean wasn't very happy with that bid. He's probably going to get up and down with a par, though, but he wanted to run that. This is probably about 30 feet, 33 feet. And I get to start the round 2 under through 2 again. That always feels good. Oh.
A little high for Taylor.
Sean's going to try and clean this up for a par. Taylor with par. Here we are. Hole 2, 303 feet. If you watched the first round, we talked about this tree in the fairway right next to the short pad. It's going to be in play now. And it is a tricky looking gap. Kind of just want to throw a mid-range, maybe a driver depending on how you're throwing it, on a little bit of hyzer and just let it flip up. And I pulled this a little bit right, but the right side seems to be forgiving so far in all the footage that I've seen.
That snuck right through and looks like you're going to have a putt about pin high. Raven up next. Can't tell what he's throwing here.
It looks like the same mid-range as hole 1. And he puts it right down the middle. Yep, and that's inside the circle, right at it. Sean's throwing a rock, for sure. Oh yeah.
Redirect.
That is a nice kick.
And pushes him to CTP for this hole.
Just gotta take the good breaks. That's all. Just gotta take them.
Everybody was happy with that.
All right, now we got Taylor. Probably throwing a mid-range. Correction. He's throwing a putter. I think that's the P3X. I'm pretty sure that's what that's called.
Yeah.
I think that he was throwing it a lot today. Because he kept looking at me and he was like, this is a new putter. He's like, I'm trying to figure it out. I was like, okay, I see you.
It's giving a lot of hyzer, yeah. Looks like he's pushing it forward well.
He's got a bid from about 50 feet.
short.
And Taylor makes a lot of those. This is probably another 30-footer, just outside 30 feet.
What are you listening to right now?
Probably my normal playlist, which is on Spotify, and it's a bunch of random songs, but maybe some rap music and mostly rap music. I
You
think.
only get one shot. One chance.
Mom spaghetti. All right, Raven. He's probably 25, 27 feet here.
And that just hits dead center pole.
He
and
is
so much
just
chance.
as shocked as we are. Let's see it in slow motion. Straight in. Oh my goodness, straight out. Sorry, Raven.
Great putt.
Good putt. All right, Taylor just tapping in a par. There's Sean's first birdie, and I think he's happy to get it.
Mm-hmm. Sure he wanted a couple more. Hole 3, 300 feet. This is a kind of a downhill flick shot. Par 3.
Same tee pad as first round.
Pathway is kind of, you want to throw straight, going downhill just a little bit for about 150 and hopefully finish right or just fading right. I'm thinking Firebird.
Yep, I'm throwing an ESP force, so a little bit faster. I'm trying to correct from the first round where I sawed it off. And I can't tell where that went.
I don't think I hit any trees.
Maybe I got all the way up there. I don't remember now. Sean's backhanding a rock.
Hit some early trees and puts them in the center of the fairway.
It's a really tricky spot from there still.
Still very far, yeah.
Raven is a forehand specialist.
He does not like that.
He's not happy with that, but I think he's up there. And Taylor, another really good forehand player. Half of this course is sets up for a really good forehand player. The other half, I'd say a pretty straight backhand's going to suit well.
Agreed. Good mixture of both.
Yep.
That's why a lot of people rate this course 4 or 5 stars.
Yep,
I
it
think
definitely has a really good rating.
Yeah, it's one of the best around Raleigh or North Carolina area.
Yeah, definitely. Here's Sean. He's throwing a rock again. Just needs to get up a little bit. Kind of takes a favorable skip.
Understable, trying to hit it low. And
This is where you get stuck in a spot where you're like, okay, I have to go for this ridiculous gap.
I don't know, man. That looks like an easy gap right there.
You're right.
A straight on hole again.
You're right. And I just, from the angle I had, I needed to hit it
and from a kneeling position.
lower, and I was flicking a Raptor there trying to flex it, and I didn't flex it. Ravens flicking a mid-range up there.
High. It looked like it had a chance,
That was an amazing shot.
Just short, but it's parked. I mean, that's 3 feet from the basket.
And now the first white challenger sighting of round 2.
This is for 3?
This is for 3. Just want to get up and down. Probably just about 20 feet left.
Still pretty challenging.
Not with the challenger.
Oh, Sean's up.
Sean's putting with a
That was
banger
for his
GT.
birdie, right?
That was first par.
Missed it.
This is for Taylor's birdie. No problem.
I like how he keeps his head about basket high.
Yep, he just lasers them in there. He's a spin putter.
Speaking of spin putting, I would say Sean as
Snuck
well.
it in there.
Great shot.
Yep, Sean's another spin putter. Oh, watch out. A little bit of dapped up action right there. Hole 4, 486 feet. This hole you want to throw a straight shot, 350-ish, and then you're going to try and play a hyzer up the rest of the way to the basket.
Yeah, if you can see in the left-hand screen, it shows a little mini map of what this hole's like, and it's a big L.
Tight fairway here.
Tight, long, straight.
And you have to throw a very controlled shot. You need to throw it right down the middle.
Taylor looked like he did.
Taylor just pimped that drive.
Unfortunate trees.
That's really not that bad. He's up there in the landing zone. This is the good landing zone.
Almost at the corner of that L. Once you get maybe another 50 feet past where he was, you just want to go straight left.
Sean Gu throwing a T-bird. Kind of gets it turned over a little bit, but he's very close to the landing zone, and he's going to have probably a little bit of a look from there.
Right with Taylor, yep.
Maybe even a good look from there, actually.
I would say that's definitely very fortunate. There's so much rough on both sides. You can see all these trees. It's really even hard to see the fairway. You don't want to skip left or right, which Raven may have done a little bit too much.
Yep, and I'm going to throw a comment here. Try to put it up high left and just let it turn down the fairway.
I think that's my play. Out. Just as straight as possible. Don't worry about any kind of fade or anything. You just want to advance without going into the woods.
And I turned that a little hard and caught not a favorable tree. And it's awesome to see different players in the woods, because you watch Michael Jort and Raven, they throw a lot of forehands.
They do.
And they do it really well. You look at a player like me, I probably throw a lot of backhands in the woods.
Yeah.
And I honestly, recently, my flick has been getting a lot better. Okay, here. This is... I wish we had the angle.
Wait, that's you? Okay,
yep,
that's you.
Where we're throwing... The angle I was throwing the disc. Ah, nice. This shot was ridiculous.
Somewhere back there is a basket.
Just a super steep hyzer. I don't know how it skipped all the way up there.
And you push it on the right side, flirting with the tree line, and it comes in right towards the basket. That's a really good play.
I was really stoked about that.
Shot. And yeah, as you could tell, you can't even see the basket from there. So he will go for the flick.
This is really hard. Trying to stand a flick up through this gap and turn up the fairway like that. This is going to be really hard. But if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Raven.
Agreed. Or slingshot Jort.
And it was trying to turn.
Yeah. A little high. Didn't get the full turn out of it. It looked like it hyzered into that tree high.
Now we've got Sean.
Similar position.
This is a pretty good position right here. You can kind of throw a soft hyzer up there and get around the corner, just like he just did right there. That's ideal shot. Kind of skipped a little left, but that's okay.
About 15, maybe a tree in his way, but he's close enough that I believe he'll get a 3 out of that.
And Taylor is throwing the razor claw here.
New disc that came out, right?
Yeah, it was really new at the time that he was throwing it.
What is it like? Is it like
it's an
drone?
overstable putter by Discmania. I think it's close to like a zone.
Gotcha. That's what I was thinking. Zone, harp.
And like that, a harp. Yeah, harp. Very close to a harp. Raven from about 60, 70 feet away. Comes out a little early on him.
It came out.
He's just as surprised again.
That face is hilarious. Oops. Oh my! It's the chastity belt. That sounded like it was gonna doink right off it and fall out, but fortunately it comes back inside.
And it's good to be able to laugh off those shots where you maybe didn't expect it to go where it went, and you gotta be able to laugh that off and move on. And he does, and He's really good at keeping his head up and moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Good putt. Good save.
It's always nice to be the one that's most out of position but still gets the birdie. Kind of applies the pressure to the rest of the card.
So that was one of the few par fours. Coming up next is hole 5, 282 feet. This is par 3. It's one of the shorter holes in the course, kind of like that one towards the water that you're going to
Hole
see
8,
coming up.
yep.
Yeah, hole 8. Except for there is no water in this one. Downhill shot, more than likely we're going to see still putters and mid-ranges. As you can see, the tee pad for the shorter hole right in front of you. Not too much.
Yep, the short one, you're kind of throwing a really soft hyzer. This one, you kind of give it a little bit of stank, just like Taylor did. Something stable that doesn't ever turn or go straight. Just pops up flat and then hyzers down the hill.
Yeah. So you want to push it at least 100, 150 until
And
you
then
get to the hill
yep.
peak, and hopefully it just starts hyzering down just a
right
little
down
bit.
the hill. And it looks like we're 2 for 2 right now. Sean's fading off into the woods a little bit. That's fine. He's going to have a look from over there. A long look, but a look. I'm throwing the Jawbreaker Challenger. And it's going a little straight.
Just a little bit too much.
Too much
spin,
sauce.
I
Too
was-
much sauce. Yep, I
Is-
kind of stood up on that disc and got it a little too flat. Probably should have thrown a more overstable disc. Just something that wasn't going to turn, but I like flipping it up. And Raven, he does the opposite. He doesn't get over on it
Comes
enough.
out a little bit early and just bounces deep left. Thank goodness he's wearing red. You can see him pretty clearly.
Yep, I think he's got a nice turnover gap out of this. I think he's going to be able to get up and down. Probably only got about 150 feet left to the basket.
So he puts it wide right. Just let it coast in. Hopefully skip towards the basket with a good roll.
Friendly roll. Probably got 30, 25 feet left.
No obstruction. That's always nice.
This is a 55, 60 footer. Through or around some trees, I don't remember. We're going to go through the trees.
Jeez. Now that felt good, I bet. That was a long putt.
Yep, I'm happy about that right there.
Yeah, you look like you were in just drone mode. Knew exactly where to go.
I think the gap was fitted really nice with all the trees. It was just, you could see it right how you had to put it through there.
Sean
Goo,
trying to
looking to do the same.
And that one tree looks like it got in the way. That looked basket height.
All right, here's Raven for par. Looks to be right at the circle. And he cashes in a 30-footer, no problem. Slightly downhill with a dab. And that guy right there walking through in the brown jacket, that's Raven's dad.
Ah. I had no idea who that guy was.
This is for a 2 for Taylor. Just off the rim.
Skips off the rim. Pro side?
That was AM side. No. Doesn't get a pro side spit.
Easy part though.
Moving forward to hole 6. This is basically 2 holes put together now. We're playing from the longs. It's going to be 453 feet, so you're going to throw about 200 feet straight, and then you're going to throw the same hole 6 to the 250-foot hole again, basically. So you just want to put one straight out there. You can try to get up there to the left, but I think this is the safe shot. And I'm going to throw it a little too far.
A little bit past the shorter tee pad in front of it.
Yep, and a little bit to the right looking up the fairway, so I'm going to have to kind of stand out, do a patent pending shot. Taylor throws it way deep.
About the same line, just about. Wait, did he come up all the way there?
Maybe he skipped around, yeah. Sean's kind of early.
Looks like it's flipping over still, but it catches an early tree on the left side and pushes him deep left.
That's going to be an interesting lie. We'll see what he can do there. You don't want to be left.
No, this is definitely
Like that's going to be really tough to get up and down with a par.
Mm-hmm. Not many lines over there. There's just a lot of trees, and it gets uphill, and you got to go over the hill.
You have to throw 2 good shots to get up and down from there. Unless you have a crazy line, which you never know. Sometimes it happens. But yep, that's basically looking right up from the short tee right there. Okay, Raven looks like he sees some type of line.
And he's on the left side.
Because he's throwing left, which is even deeper into the woods.
And he likes it.
He likes it.
Couldn't tell where that is. I don't think the catch cam. Me got it.
Here's Sean throwing his second forehand of the round.
He was also left of the path.
Yep, he's left on the fairway.
And hits it towards the middle of the fairway, near the bottom, near that little bridge, just in front. Phil is up now.
That was about the same shot I threw the first round.
Backhand Annie. What was
Just
that?
a patent pending. It's a jawbreaker zone.
Oh, okay.
Kind of, you can put a little turn on it and it'll turn over, but it likes to flex out right at the end.
Taylor looks like he's got a forehand route.
Yep, I think the razor claw is coming back out.
Through some trees.
Pulls it a little bit left, but he's up there.
Yeah, it looks like it came back around. Hey, there it is. Okay, that's not too bad at all.
Raven shooting 3 here, still on the left side. Just trying to get out of the woods, and he kicks a tree again. Like I said, the left side is not a good side to be on.
Yeah, I think the right is definitely a little bit more open. But still, either one is pretty tough. Sean with a long approach shot. I don't know if he was going for that, but either way, that was a good shot.
Surprised that he's forehanding this. I feel like this is in his jump putt range. Not surprised anymore. This is probably a 40-footer. 35, 40. This is for birdie 3. I'd like to get that, but I think I've made a lot of putts so far and
How did that feel coming out of your hand? Do you remember that shot?
low.
Yeah.
Just didn't get it up.
Immediately, you knew?
No, but once it got there and went doink, I was like, oh. You can tell when you get them, when you start getting them up and you're feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question. But when you let go and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, that one's low. The Black Putter Squad, Sean Gu and Raven Newsom. They're both putting with black putters. I feel like that's a trend. It's a thing. Dave Feldberg, he putted with black putters. I tried it for a little while. And then, believe it or not, I lost it at night. And I was like, this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
I need bright orange putters.
I could have foreseen that.
All right, here we go. Hole 7, par 3, 246 feet. It's pretty much just 40 feet further than the short pad. Same shot, just trying to forehand one straight down 150 feet and then hyzer off for the last 100 feet down to the right.
So it looks like Taylor took the box with the only birdie on the last hole.
Yep, and me and Sean are tied at this point. Taylor's right behind us, and then obviously Raven's 2 behind.
That was a good flick. It skirted just around that big pine in the dead center, but if you can get past that, curling in, that'll be a really good approach.
Yep, I've got a Z zone here. Pulled it a little wide, And I knew it.
Right at that tree that Taylor went around. Yeah, that's the only one that really gets in the way on the left side coming in towards that basket.
This is one of the more want to get holes out here. Sean with his third or fourth flick now of the round.
Little early on the skip and hits a tree. I think he's still in the fairway though.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember if he went right into the trees or if he's in the middle. This is a hole that Raven's probably licking his chops on because he's the man and he throws really sweet forehands. And he followed me. What are you doing, Raven? What are you doing?
Push it a little bit too far left.
All right, I'm going to try and throw this Z zone again. Just do a little Annie flex down to the basket. So this is a downhill green, pine straw. You come into this a little too hot and you're going to slide 25, 30 feet past the basket.
Yeah, you want this disc super flat.
I think I did that pretty good.
Landing flat, yeah, so it doesn't get any kind of roll there, and that looked good.
Yep, you're right. Sean was just still barely in the fairway and he just laid one up from about 60 feet. Raven, does he have a look from here, or this may be just a jump putt trying to get up to the basket? Yeah, he looked like he was just trying to get out. Taylor for a birdie too. Boom.
That's a good shot. Man, you get blinded by the water in the background.
Yeah, it's really pretty. We've got Raven tapping in for 3 from about 20 feet.
He's like, he was so worried that last, what was it, hole 2, when he hit dead center and that thing popped out. He's worried about hitting one of those again.
Yeah, that's a head game when you make a perfect putt and it spits back out at you.
I think he just throws too hard. That's what it is.
Maybe we need better baskets. I don't know.
That too.
Buckhorn's been around for a while. I don't know how long these baskets have been here, but here we are.
Hole 8, 162 feet. From the video, I mean, you can tell there's just water so close to the basket. So running this hole is I don't know if it's even a smart move.
Yep, I think most people are doing a jump putt or like a standstill like Taylor is right here.
Trying to hit right after that bridge, going low so it doesn't get any kind of air glide because you are going downhill too. It's really hard to control.
Taylor looks like he's throwing it, and that would have been fine if he didn't hit a tree, obviously, but being right in the creek over there it's a good spot because then you're not risking probably going in the water at all.
Sure, you still got a death putt, but you don't have to push it as far.
I'm going to jump putt a challenger. I won't jump putt my actual putter. It's that white challenger that I throw.
Mm-hmm.
And I skipped off of the bridge that I'm trying to go right over. And I think that's probably going to be a decent shot.
Yeah. Anywhere in front of that's fine. Left or right side of the bridge, just in front of it.
Who do we got on the tee pad here?
I think this is Sean Goo.
Yep, and he's going to do a jump putt as well.
Oh, push it a little bit too far,
He
wide,
kind of
too
knew it
flat.
right out of his
Yep.
hand. He's like, crap. Raven, I'm not sure what he's looking to do here. I guess he's going to throw a backhand. Nice and smooth.
I wanted to pay attention to see how many people stand still off of this compared to like a couple steps. I wonder if that.
I guess that's just comfortability and preference on if you like to get a little one stepper in there or keep your foot planted.
Raven, did he get past the bridge?
Yep, Raven's up there. He's near the bridge. Sean's about 80 feet from the basket, maybe 100 feet. So he's looking to just jump putt this through the trees and hit soft. Too much hyzer in your roll, but he looks like he hit on the right amount. Now, is Raven going to run this putt? Because this is really a death putt.
Yeah,
This is 100% a death putt.
You gotta push it with a good amount of momentum to get to the basket.
He is really running this.
And you're getting blinded by the sun coming right off the lake behind there. Beautiful scenery. Terrible location of the sun. And he just
Black putter squad just chilling right there together. That's nice.
hits the top of the basket area. It's unfortunate. Taylor looks like he's underneath the bridge. No, just in front of it.
He's just in front of it. And he's gonna lay it up.
He's not messing with it. No, thank you.
I'm conflicted at the moment because I think that these should all be ran.
Well, he was tied with you at the time, and it looks like you have a pretty difficult... Do you have some kind of obstruction?
I've got a couple trees in the way. I think this is still right outside the circle, 35
still got a
feet.
Pretty direct line. You don't have to straddle that much?
No, I think I'm going to straddle this.
I see the gap.
I think I'm going to go right of the skinny tree. And, I mean, like another just super death putt. If you really run this hard, you don't hit metal, you're going in the water for sure. Yep, and I pet trees all the time. I got to get that good bark, and dry my hand out a little bit. I'm thinking about it because you can feel the wind. You can feel the wind pick up a little bit, and then you have to make an adjustment for that. Make sure you don't sail it. And that's what I'm thinking about right now. I'm like, okay, don't sail this thing past this. And I didn't.
Oh, my.
Thank goodness I hit the pole.
If it didn't hit that pole, that was going straight into the water.
That was going to go straight into the water. Everybody's just gathering around the basket, tapping in.
It's the second round of the day. Later in the evening, so the temperature has gotten a little bit higher since the morning.
Yep, it was nice. It was pleasant to be out here at this point.
Doesn't even feel like there should be snow on the ground.
Just
but
a nice
still
little
is.
breeze. Yep, and all the snow's melted already, so it warmed up quick. That was the front nine. That was a good time. I'm sure we're going to get a couple other good looks from Raven when we come back for part 2 of the
mini faces of Raven.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Carlos, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, Phil, I'll see you on the next round.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me, and I'll be back on part 2.